Hello Scorpios, and welcome to your August 2022 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that came out, it was two cards, and I have the Sun and the Five of Wands. So right away, the Sun, we're in Leo season. It's almost like if this fiery environment is going to pinpoint or show or shine on the places within yourself that are conflicted. Five of Wands. Within yourself, outside of yourself, things that don't seem to be aligned. Like, wow, this person is not walking the talk, or all my different desires are all mixed within myself, and I don't seem to be able to focus, to have a direction, to align myself. Since I'm using the Tarot de Marseille here, you probably noticed that the Sun is different. We have the twins here, because back then the Sun was associated with Gemini. The associations that we have now with the major arcanas, I mean, they changed through times. The one that we're using now, was made by Aleister Crowley here, going with, the Rider-Waite and his own tarot cards. But anyway, so we have this thing of being able, the Gemini side, let's say, of being able to make a decision that is going to have an impact for the next 20 years. And Leo, that is, of course, we're in Leo season, but that rules the fifth house of self-expression, what we want to do. And of course, I'm doing this while we're in Lionsgate, that is directly aligned with, Aquarius. Here's my soul's purpose, my alignment with the divine. So after that, let's say, that's that five of what is being shined on right at the beginning. We have the Nine of Cups and the Pope. So right away, we're shifting into our emotional fulfillment using our discernment, our spiritual knowledge, our integrity. The Pope represents how we apply spiritual knowledge into this life. Of course, that's why, and on a basis level, it will represent institutions and religion and things like that, on the principle that they would be always acting from high morals. But when we read for ourselves, this is what it means. It's that representation of higher morals, using spiritual discernment, intelligence, and applying it into our lives. But here with the Nine of Cups, from a place where we've transcended our sadnesses, we are content within ourselves, and the optic of emotional independence, being from that space. And then after, I have the Chariot here. And right before you, Libra, had the Chariot in the same place here. So Chariot representing this movement forward, based more into the inner movement forward. Secondly, outer movement forward, towards success, towards our goals, our soul's goals, being able to cross the threshold there, and so on. So, okay, under the Sun and the Five of Wands, I have the Five of Swords with the Lovers. So here is our, sun lovers reflection here, okay? Gemini and Leo. So here the lovers, we're really seeing the decision process. And here you see him between those two ladies. Those two different inner workings, let's say, okay? Two different lifestyles, two different, he's got the maiden and the mother or crone here, the wife or the lover. It's more like the principle of which feminine aspect am I going to align myself with? And that is going to be my decision. Will I choose the ways of the world or the ways of my soul? Will I choose my fire or will I choose my rock? And under that we have strength, which is actually asking of us to rise above our patterns and this is our animalistic side. This is my programming, this is my culture, this is the sum of my experiences that make me act in this way and so on, and my fears, my this, my that, to rise above this for that decision. The Five of Swords here, this would be very hard to actually make a decision because this is sabotaging ourselves in that decision, or convincing ourselves that, there are very harsh arguments where we want to be right more than wanting to be happy. And these two aspects within ourselves are what is creating the conflict, preventing us to be completely aligned with our true self. Not the mechanical self, the story, the whatever, but our higher self. So this is where you are at now, let's say. And then after, with the Pope, the High Priest, and the Nine of Cups, under that we have Temperance and the Five of Cups in reverse. Finally being ready to let go of the emotional backup that was giving fuel to the Five of Swords, creating conflicts in the Five of Wands. 5, 5, 5. Temperance here, it's finally, I'm releasing this and using my discernment to choose to be happy. Because now I see the bigger picture and I'm actually ready emotionally to make this decision. And that's why we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords, and the Emperor. Look at that. Right away, the Wheel of Fortune, in this depiction, on top of the Wheel of Fortune, you have this king with a wand in his hand. It's like the force of my willpower actually turns the wheel. And, the rest of it kind of follows the suit here. We, in the Rider-Waite, you see the Sphinx with the sword. So it goes with a bit of the evolution of how we see things. Before it was purely willpower driving the world, and then after it was that consciousness of the world is mental. Today we understand that there's the vibration of the heart, of the emotions that is, even more powerful, and so on. So here, the understanding a bit of here your emperor, your masculine side, what he's going to do, but in that beautiful alignment. And right away, under the Chariot, we have Justice, Queen of Pentacle, and then Knight of Pentacle. So that kind of movement forward, but in a balanced way. actually finding the true balance and the true justice in your life. So let's clarify this for you, Scorpio. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Let me clarify this reading for Scorpios for the month of August 2022. One more time. Okay, let's look at that Five of Wands and the Sun here. So, of course, that tells me that this is very obvious for you. Okay, and I have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and Justice. Because this is almost like the sun shining on that Five of Wands, on those conflicting things, immature willpowers and things like that. You've reached your limit here, and you get the sword. See here how that Five of Swords, it's like a sword of truth, of decision in the middle of four swords, where we're just like, yes, I was hurt there and this has happened and so on. And here, that sword here with the Knight of Swords, that means I wouldn't be surprised if at the beginning of the month here you're clearing things, old conflicts, speaking your truth, bringing balance, because what is unbalanced is going to become very obvious for you. And you're done. You're done maybe accepting it, or just being witness to it, or just proving yourself right that, you know, life is unfair and this is it. There's like a little no more here. Pope, Nine of Cups. You're going to make the decisions that are going to align with your well-being, happiness. I'm talking about decisions. Here is the Two of Wands. And here is the Pope again, aligned with your discernment and all of that. Seven of Wands. No, you're not taking anything else. There's a bit of a fed-upness here that I feel. This is unfair. I'm not taking this anymore. And I'm going to like really walk the higher ground here. So if you were like stuck in your head, like freeing yourself from a situation where maybe, you know, oh, I can't really say that or do that because of this, because of that. It could be old stuff from, you know, way back then. But doing this is so that, you know, it's kind of to cut the damage here. Let's look at the Chariot. Big readjustment, I would say here. To bring justice, fairness. And you're taking a big decision here, Scorpio. And even if before the coming into the month, if you were in your head about it, you're gonna use your willpower at the end of it. Okay, your strength. Let's look at the Chariot, Spirit. Yeah, you're gonna use your willpower, King of Wands, because here, Page of Sword. You take your decision. See, middle of the month, you're in the Two of Swords. End of the month, here's my decision. Here is the Emperor again. Ace of Pentacle. I know exactly where I'm heading, how I'm going to manage my life. I'm taking control. This is really taking control to bring back justice, balance. Of course, for some of you, it's going to be like human justice, okay? Like something that is like physically unfair. Others of you, it will be more like to bring back the balance of the equilibrium between you and others, partners, family, the universe, okay? Let's look at the Lovers and the Five of Swords here. So it should be, yeah, a decision, not about, and here is Judgment with it, and I have the Six of Cups again. It's something about really about the past, but, and so that you can reconnect with your heart here. The Judgment, it's like if the parts of you that wanted to be right, that were counter-arguing within yourself, you're pulling a judgment on this. Justice, judgment, it's like, oh my God, I'm not doing this anymore. This is like shedding the light on where you were losing energy, where you were, spending fire on conflicts, whether they were inside of you or outside of you. That's no more. Strength. You're really rising above it. It's like rising above the conflict so I can make a decision and continue to move on. Knight of Pentacle, Knight of Pentacle. And again, the Six of Cups here. So, and here I have the King of Cups. This is about healing, emotional intelligence. And the Six of Cups often is more, see that because of the children on it, it's that has to do with the past, has to do with stuff that our inner child had to deal with. For sure in the Judgment, the inner child will come up. I wouldn't be surprised if, oh my God, now I see something, now I understand something about it. Temperance, you're going to be ready now to let go of something that was creating this inner conflict within yourself and, putting you on this kind of defense mode. Here, the world, it's over. You got the clarity now. It's over. It's done. You are going to be ready now to let go of your defensiveness and your inner conflicts about this. It's a bit like, if I've been betrayed, let's say, okay? I've been betrayed in the past when I was a kid. All of a sudden, everything out there is a possibility of betrayal. As long as I'm holding this within myself, everything is a possibility of betrayal. From other family members, friends, co-workers, life, okay? And so I'll always walk on the defensive. And when it comes to actually going forward and rising above this, I'll always be conflicted because my ego will want to prove me right all the time that I can't trust this world. So this is an example about betrayal and unfairness, things being so unfair and unjust. And this is like if you're rising above it. Wheel of Fortune. And that kind of, okay, now my masculine is actually going to work in a completely different way. Here, Four of Wands. And this is like Lion's Gate. It's the gate, the Four of Wands. I'm passing through it. I'm turning the page. Six of Swords. I'm moving past it and letting things go. There's really this Okay, that's it. Been there, done that. I'm out of here. And here, Justice with the Queen of Pentacles. Here we have our Knight of Pentacles again. And here is our Five of Swords. But I think here at this point, you're going to be winning, but not by proving yourself right that the life is unjust, but by actually, you know, letting the dogs fight for the leftover bones here and moving towards your own manifestation, your own comfort, security, Queen of Pentacles, self-worth, rebalancing your self-worth. Here, Justice and Queen of Pentacles are two characters ruled by Venus here. And here, Knight of Pentacles. You want to talk about the Knight of Pentacles? All right. So being finally able to move forward, because here I have Page of Cups on the Seven of Cups, not Eight of Cups, but finally having a cup of water here, a pure cup of water filled with possibilities, because letting go of the old pains of the childhood, of the past here that was tinting your cups, and that was creating this cloud of, I'm not sure what is happening in front of me, but finally being able to know exactly what you want coming forward. It's funny because here we're talking a lot, it seems like the mastery and the cleaning, the letting go of old pains, and finding the understanding and finally making the decision about that. That is what is kind of provoking all the rest. I'll call this a big decision, because in a way this is a big decision. What you weren't able to kind of put your finger on, you will see exactly what it is, and you will make this big decision that is finally going to be able to bring you to justice, balance, and a brand new beginning. So, big decision, Scorpio. On this, my beautiful Scorpios, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, the description is below in the plus section. There's an email. You write to me, I write to you back. I will never put my phone number in the comment section. If you see that, it's a scam. Even if it's written Mystic Witch Tarot, it's not me. Also, thank you for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And of course, on the new moons, I do a little ceremony to give you back. And happy Lion's Gate. And this is really like, I think the sun of the Lion's Gate is shoving in your face what is unbalanced, and you're gonna act upon it. And so, namaste, all my love and light, and I'll see you next month. All right.